This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by Browseabout Books.
CoastLife, we know we have a lot of readers that love watching the show, and if you especially love horror novels, ghost stories, then at Browseabout Books, you will find a horror book club that's going to be a perfect fit. We're going to introduce you to Kelly and see all the details so you know how to get on the inside scoop. If you love discussing horror novels, maybe you love reading them and you have so many thoughts that you want to get out and you just don't know who to share them with, Kelly is your girl. So you have a book club that meets, what, monthly?
We meet monthly during the off season.
Yes.
We don't meet in the summer for obvious reasons, but yes, from September to May, we have the book club Words That Bleed.
Ooh.
So, and it's a lot of fun. It gets a lot of like-minded, creepy people together.
Nice. I bet those are some very, very interesting
We have
discussions.
a really good time, yes.
So I guess for people who do join the book club, what does that look like? Do you guys all get together here and discuss the book?
We meet here, usually it's Sunday at 3 o'clock. We sit in the event room, we just talk. We just have a good time, we go over the book. Then usually it evolves into talking about other horror books that we like, and everybody leaves with a nice big list of new books to read.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the best parts about reading is finding other like-minded readers who like the same genre as you, like the same authors as you, and you really can go on quite a few tangents. As you know, Paige and I, we are both fantasy readers, but I know she could get into horror as well. So for folks who want to join the book club, how do they get involved? Do they have to pay anything?
You can check on our website to see what days the book club is going to be and what our book is for that month. You don't necessarily have to have read the book. Like if you happen to wake up and say, hey, the book club is today, I've always wanted to read that book and I've never read it, you can come anyway and we will have spoiler-free talk.
Awesome.
And you can just kind of learn how exciting it is without getting the ending.
Yes, that way you don't have to join TikTok book clubs and
No, this is in real life. We are in real life and in person.
Because nothing is worse than reading comments somewhere, then you spoil yourself and you're like, no. So this is a great alternative to that. Plus, you get to meet people face to face, which is always fun.
I have made a lot of new friends.
Yes.
A lot of really good friends that like the same things I like. It's a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's social bonding. It's sort of a third place, like we've talked about on the show. So let's get into the book that you guys are reading for May.
On May 12th at 3 o'clock, we are reading Mothered by Zoji Sage. It sort of delves into a woman's tumultuous relationship, I'll just put it that way, with her mother and the ramifications of that. It's really, really good.
Yes, so if anybody has complicated relationships, you might relate to this one.
Yes, absolutely.
But even if you don't and you just enjoy horror, I guess our thrillers sometimes wrapped into that too?
Yes, a little bit. It's a fine line.
Sure.
It's a fine line. It's often up to interpretation, what you think is a horror and what you think is a thriller. So we kind of delve a little into both, and it's fabulous.
And I know we mentioned kind of the friendships and the bonding that gets done, but why do you think it's so valuable to offer a book club like this for readers really of any genre, not just horror?
There is nothing more fun than getting together with people to talk about books. Readers, there aren't as many of us as there used to be, and you got to stick together. And so it's always fun. I found a lot of really, really good friends just reading and talking about books. We could do it all day.
I bet. But you yourself are also an author, so let's talk about some of the books that you have written, because these sound chilling.
I am. I have a series called Haunting Clarity, which is based in Delaware, and it is all backstories for local ghost stories. So if there's a ghost story that you've heard of, like Maggie's Bridge or The Screaming Woman of Lum's Pond, so that's what they are. They are. There are 5 books currently. I'm starting on the 6th soon. That is a little ghost I put in there. But that first book is actually my ghost story. When I was a teenager back in the 80s, I used to take my friends and we would go out to Maggie's Bridge, which is what you do, and you call for her.
Yes.
And she will appear to you. And so that's what I did, because back in the 80s, there wasn't much to do.
Now, I've heard conflicting stories on what you're supposed to say to call her. Is it Maggie, I have your baby. Okay,
yes.
So that is the right one.
Yes, you stand there and you kind of yell, and you have to do it a few times, and you can get lucky or not so lucky, depending on your point of view.
Very true. So people can get a hold of your book here at Browseabout.
Here at Browseabout, absolutely. The whole
Awesome.
series is here, yes. This is the greatest store in the world. Come see us. were
Yes.
fantastic.
It's true, and we know that they are gearing up for a summer season, so
Oh my, yes.
definitely prepare for that, and lots of reading to be done this summer. But we've got more CoastLife for you, so you're not going to want to miss that. Don't go anywhere.